I'm Joanne Turner of Joanne Turner Coaching, and I just wanted to share with you a little rant today about how frustrated I get at the instructions that we don't get on how to use computers, how to use our tablet, how to use software. We get pretty decent to very good instructions on all kinds of other appliances and machines that we use, like sewing machines, food processors, food mixers, blenders. We don't get very good instructions on how to use our computers. I don't know why. And this really came home to me last week. A friend of mine got a new sewing machine, and she hadn't bought a new sewing machine for ages. So she asked me for some help making sure she knew how to thread the needle properly, which can be a complicated operation. It's 8 or 9 steps, and they're slightly different on every different brand of machine. So I said, sure, I can do that. So I looked at the manual online, and then I was able to see exactly how to do it. And I want to show you the instructions for this. So I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Here is this Singer. This is the online manual for the sewing machine. And I'm actually not going to show you the instructions for threading the needle because it's quite complicated, and if you don't understand sewing machines, you'd probably have a hard time following it. You might not believe that they're actually really good instructions. Where this operation, winding the bobbin, is actually a very simple process, and it's very clear when you're looking at the screen exactly what you're supposed to do. So for those who don't know, you need a spool of thread and you need a bobbin of thread. And you wind the thread onto the bobbin yourself. You use the same thread that you're sewing with to wind the bobbin. And then the top thread, which is you can see that in this upper right image here, that's the top thread. So that's the spool that you buy from the fabric store. And you want the bobbin thread to match usually. So you wind some of this thread onto a bobbin. And the bobbins are little plastic things that you usually get one with a machine. You can buy more at any sewing store. And so this is how you wind the bobbin. And you get a really clear picture here of the top of the sewing machine. You're sitting in front of it and looking down on it. So you can see where the thread goes. And then pictures 1 and 2 show placing the thread on the pin and this is in kind of a depression here. There's a pin. You put the thread onto there. You put these 2 gizmos on that hold the spool in place. Then you start taking the end of the thread and you pull it directly across. So you can see this little dotted line goes directly across to the left, and there's a little sort of clip that holds it in place. So you put it under there. Then you take it and you can see the arrow that says you place the thread in the back and you pull it towards yourself to get it into this little clip. Then you take it from that little clip, you take it down and around this thing. So this is the bobbin winder tension discs, just in case you ever wanted to know that. It is important, but we won't worry about it. And then you take the end of that thread, you put it into the bobbin. There's a special little hole in the top of the bobbin for doing this. You place the bobbin onto this spindle here, push the bobbin and the spindle to the right, and it engages with another spindle that's connected to the motor of the sewing machine. Hold on to the thread. So it says hold thread end securely in number 7. Press your foot down on the foot control pedal. The bobbin spins around because it's being driven by the motor, and you hold on to this little piece of thread. At a certain point, you cut it off, and then you let it keep winding until it's as full as you want it. You stop, take your foot off the pedal, push it back to the right, clip it off to the length you want it. You want it about 6 or 8 inches, and now you're done. It's that easy. But look at how clear these directions are. And what you can't see in these instructions is that there are also arrows on the top of the sewing machine. So if you somehow get confused as you're doing this, it has an arrow that goes from where the spool is over to the first thing. Then it has another one that takes you down here. And then it has a very clear diagram that goes like this. right around these tension discs, and so on. So it's so clear how you're supposed to do this. They've also they've really answered a lot of questions that the average person would have if they've never done this before. So this is really well done. It's really clear, really concrete. But the other thing about something like a sewing machine is that it's a physical object. There are lots of parts of it you can't see, but you can also kind of figure stuff out because you can hold it and you can move it around and sort of go, does this fit here? Does this fit here? So it's the instructions are great, they're really good, but you can also kind of figure things out, unlike with computers. There's nothing to sort of hold on to. So I just want to contrast that with the this is Google Chrome, and I love Google Chrome. It's the internet browser that I use all the time, so I have nothing against it, but it's very minimalistic, and it doesn't actually tell you very much about how to use it. So here we are. Now I've got this is my Canva account. I've got it open. Okay, now I want to look something else up. How do I open a new tab? Well, I go up to help and I search and I say new tab. Okay, so there's a new tab. Oh, well, so I could go over and I can click here. All right, let's go back again. Or it says there's this section here that on the side here that has some commands. These are called command line instructions. So I can hit the command key and the T, and that gives me another new tab. Okay, but okay, so I can also go this way. I can go new tab because there's a tab window. I didn't even know that. It doesn't give you the instructions for the most simple and obvious and most convenient way of opening a new tab, which is to click the plus. So something's a little bit missing there. They could have said this, and it would sure help if they gave you a picture. It's nice that they take you over there and take you over there, but when a menu does this, so then you go over there and suddenly the menu disappears, that's not a good thing. I know it's something, it's a new thing, but anyway, that's the kind of thing that is okay, but it's not as clear as those sewing machine instructions. So that would be one of the reasons why many people have problems figuring out how to use their computer, because we're just not given really clear, concrete directions. We're not given nice, clear pictures of how to do things. There are lots more problems that people can have with computers, but that's today's rant. And I thought it was a really useful comparison to look at sewing machine instructions versus the kind of instructions that you can get in using your browser. So until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.